What's up, everybody? This is William from Before the Billions. I have 4 ways that you can set yourself up for success in your new corporate role. So this comes with a quick story, right? So the reason I wanted to make this video is because I went through it. I had a position that I had just got into some years ago, and I was not set up for success. What do I mean by that? Well, I got hired, and the first day I started, I was introduced to a whole bunch of new people that I did not know, of course. And it's a fresh new environment. So you're expecting people to explain to you how everything goes. Well, when I got into this position, I did not get that explanation of how everything was supposed to go. And then what happened is that people, even on my team, did not want to speak to me.
We only 2 weeks into this thing and I'm ready to give up.
So I don't know exactly why they didn't want to speak to me, but I would try and start a conversation, or I would try and ask for questions or for guidance or direction, and I was not able to get that. So as an example, I went up to one of my teammates at the time, and they sat right next to me. I did not have a desk at that time, but what I would do was sit in other people's desks when they would go work from home. This is like right before the pandemic, and what I had to do was ask him for help with my first assignment. Hey, can you explain to me how do I get set up on the platform so that way I can actually do my job? Or do you have any tips, or can you kind of guide me in the right direction as to what I need to do? And they said, oh, you know what, just set up a meeting later on today and then we can do it. I set up the meeting and they didn't show up. I'm sitting right next to them and I said, hey, can we, get into this meeting? Can we talk? They did not have enough time for me. Hey, I got to do something else. I guarantee you they were not doing anything that at that time. They just did not want to help me. And then I said, okay, well, I can just push it off to the next day. And then the next day came, they still didn't have enough time to help me out with it. So I asked several other teammates, and they would give me like vague answers, or they wouldn't really explain to me what was going on with the environment. How do I get everything set up so that way I can understand how to do the task? Well, what I did to solve this issue is I had to find somebody who knew and was knowledgeable about the environment, knew how to get me connected and what to do for this particular task. So the first thing that I wanted to say, the first step, is that you need to network. Networking with people will help you tremendously to be able to set yourself up for success in a new corporate role. The reason why I say networking is because building connections helps out tremendously. Your network is your net worth. So if you are able to build relationships with somebody who is knowledgeable about a particular topic, they can help you there. Or if you are looking for other opportunities later on down the line, you can also then use them to help you get into a different opportunity, whether it's another opportunity with the company or another opportunity external to the current company that you're at now. So keep that in mind. That is probably one of the most important things that you can do in your career. All right, that's why I chose it to be number 1. Number 2, and the second thing that you want to be able to do is to learn more about your role. So specifically, I'm a data engineer. I've been a data engineer for over 5 years now. And what I had to do is I had to train myself and understand more than just the programming language that I was using, more than just Python and SQL. I had to learn what it was actually like to be a data engineer. So what I would do is I would read a lot of books. I would read things I could find online, articles, Medium articles. I could look on to YouTube and see what exactly do you do as a data engineer, because just understanding the language of coding and stuff like that is not enough. There's actually a methodology behind why you may make certain decisions as a data engineer, right? So you want to keep that in mind, is you need to learn more about your role. So that's number 2. Number 3, it is similar to the number 1 rule, which is seeking mentorship. Okay, so it's very similar to networking, but even further than that is you want to be able to find a mentor to be able to guide you into the right direction. Okay, so if you are able to find a mentor, it does not have to be somebody who's older than you per se, right? It could just be somebody who is knowledgeable about a particular thing that you want to be able to do. So if you can find somebody who can take you under their wing, and one distinction I want to say is that mentorship is different from coaching. Okay. Coaching is to be able to get you set up so that way you are self-sufficient and you are able to produce for a particular task for a particular time, right? So mentorship is something that could last for a long period of time to help you set yourself up for success, but then they also go past just setting you up for a particular task or for a particular season or game or anything like that. So there's a difference between the mentorship and coaching. Okay, so if you can find you a mentor, that will help you out tremendously when you're trying to set yourself up for success. Now let's move on to the fourth one and the final one. Okay, so number 4 will help you out with the majority of things in your life because it is listening and learning from others. Okay, so what I've always been taught when I was a little kid was that you were made with one mouth, 2 eyes, and 2 ears. Okay, so the reason why you were made that way is because you are to listen and to see and observe more than you are to be able to speak. Okay, so I want to be able to listen and learn from others so that way I don't make a lot of the mistakes that I would from trial and error by doing it by myself. Okay, so somebody who will speak over others and they don't know exactly what they're talking about, they're not a subject matter expert, they will more than likely set themselves up for failure than to set themselves up for success by learning from the mistakes of others and learning how to be able to do something the correct way. So those are the 4 things that can help you to set yourself up for success in your new corporate role. Please go ahead and give me a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would really appreciate it. And I want to give a huge shout out to the 2,600 subscribers that we've been able to gain on the Before the Billions channel. I appreciate you guys. I will see you all in the next video. I have some great content coming for you guys, so I'm glad. I will be glad to see you all there. Please leave a comment down below of what you thought of this video. I'll see you on the next one.